What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another video, football related video I should say. So before I get started on a recap of yesterday, if you guys can please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to become a piglet, and also turn that bell notification on. That way you're notified every single time I upload a video. I do a live stream and also premiere. So in advance, thanks. So the Cowboys took Amari Cooper in the first round. No, I'm just kidding. That's what the social media, the Dallas Cowboys social media did. It was like, with the 27th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Amari Cooper, wide receiver, Alabama. It was a funny video. It was funny, kind of a little tongue-in-cheek. Like, yeah, we're not in the first round, but guess what? We got this guy, and he was worth it. And so far, so good. So yesterday, I knew the first two were going to be a lock. And that was, I knew Murray was more than likely going to go to Arizona, and Bosa was going to go to San Francisco. And then it went defensive end and defensive end. That one, I was like, okay, after the first two picks, now the real draft can begin, because I have no idea who the hell is going to go where. So the only highlights, I mean, everything else was actually kind of, it was not really a like, oh, shocker moment. Because usually the NFL Draft has one of those. But the only one that shocked me was when Tennessee drafted that Simmons guy that I wanted. And I watched it on ESPN, and apparently ESPN caught a lot of flack for this. They caught so much crap for it. And that was Simmons, the defensive guy from, was it Mississippi State? I can't remember what school he played for. When he was 18 years old, he had an assault charge on him, because apparently a woman was jumping his mother, and so he jumped in, pushed her aside, and punched her in the face multiple times, and it was recorded on video. So he got disciplined. I think he only got suspended one game, and that was it. But of course, ESPN, I'm just not a fan of ESPN. The only reason I had to watch it on ESPN is because on the PS4 I don't have the PlayStation View or anything like that, so I can only get what apps they have, and ESPN was the only sports app that was showing the draft yesterday. So go figure. So anyway, that was the shocking moment. I had no idea about that charge against him. I had no idea. I knew he was injured, and I knew that he was probably going to be a Jalen Smith situation, like I was telling you guys. And that's what I told Chris, because Chris had no idea, because Chris came over and watched it. Chris had no idea who this guy was. And I said, oh, you guys are going to have to probably sit for a bit and wait on this guy. But it might be a Jalen Smith situation where you're actually going to have him next year, and he's actually going to be a big, pivotal part of that defense. And Chris was like, okay, we're good, that's cool. And then, like, ESPN, as soon as they announced that he got drafted, ESPN was like, okay, it's controversial, we're going to show you the video. And I was like, what, you're going to show the video of him getting hurt? And it was like, back when he was 18, back in 2016, he had this incident. And I'm like, okay, what's the incident? And like, they were building this up, but they made it sound like that he just walked up to a random woman on the street and started beating the crap out of her. That was not the case. He was defending his mother. Now, that's where the gray area kind of comes in. He still put hands on a woman, but talking to a few people last night, they're like, well, if somebody was hurting my mother, I would jump in. I think I would personally jump in. I wouldn't be throwing haymakers, but at least I'd be just like, no, get off my mom. This is the woman that birthed me. Get off of her now. So that's probably what I would do, and I'd probably cuss at her a few times, but that's as far as I would probably go. But as Chris said, he was 18. You're not fully developed at 18, so you do a lot of stupid stuff. So that's accurate. I did a lot of things when I was 18. I was like, I kind of look back on like my time hop and stuff. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have put that on Facebook. Maybe I should have tweeted that. Maybe I shouldn't have done any of that. So it's whatever. But that was the shock that I had. Another shock was the Giants picked up a quarterback not named Drew Lock or anybody else, like a high priority. They took the guy from Duke, which Jones, I think his last name is Jones. I think his name's Daniel Jones from Duke. And my first reaction was I laughed, and I don't even know why I laughed, because I was just like, my first reaction was they screwed it. They destroyed themselves with one pick. I don't know why I did that. The first thing that came to my mind was, this is a Duke quarterback. Duke is a basketball school. Why are they drafting a Duke quarterback in the first round versus all these Big 12 and SEC quarterbacks? The ACC is not really a powerhouse unless you're named Clemson in college football. So I was just like, why? And then I read another article today that said he might sit out for the next 3 seasons. So he's not going to be able to start for 3 seasons. So it's like a Jimmy Garoppolo situation where he's not going to be able to start. So that, and the last pick with the Patriots, they took a wide receiver, which I thought was actually pretty good. Tom Brady needs another wide receiver. But a lot of people thought, and personally I would have thought, that they would have taken a tight end. But I would not be shocked if tonight they took a tight end in the 2nd or 3rd round, because now that Gronk is out of there, they're going to need somebody else. They're not just going to be able to just plug in a guy and he be Gronkowski. They're probably going to go for their guy, because Gronk, I believe, was a 2nd or 3rd round guy. I can't remember on the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't a 1st round guy. So today is round 2 and round 3. The Dallas Cowboys are drafting 58th and 90th. I've heard reports saying that we might draft 2 Aggies in a row. I've heard reports saying that we're going to draft 2 defenders in a row. So I don't know. And I also heard a report that I didn't get a chance to read the article, but a Dallas Cowboy star, former Dallas Cowboy star, said that if we take a running back, it's a waste of a pick, which is kind of, them being like, okay, yeah, Zeke's our guy. We don't need to be drafting anybody when Zeke is still here. But I do think we need somebody. Maybe, and I still want Williams from A&M so bad. That would be so cool to have him with the silver and blue, going from maroon and white to silver and blue. It's just one of those things. That's why I got so excited when Steve McGee got drafted, and they ended up doing nothing with him. So anyway, tonight is up in the air. We could take 2 offensive players in a row. We could take 2 defensive players in a row with our picks. So who knows? Or maybe we can do a mix of both, defense and offense, or offense and defense. Who knows? I've heard safeties. I've heard defensive ends. I've heard tight ends. I've heard running backs. I've even heard wide receiver. So we will see. All right, guys. What do you think is going to happen tonight? What did you think of last night? And did anybody survive the Thanos snap that last night the Infinity War, not Infinity War, Endgame premiered? And so far, not one spoiler, and that's a good sign, because everybody's like, if you spoil this, I had one friend that said, if you spoil Endgame, I'm deleting you. No questions asked. I'm deleting you. You're done. And I was like, oh, good for you. I think I might actually have that mantra too. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much once again for dropping by. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend, and I hope that you guys will hit that subscribe button and turn that bell notification on. I was going to try to do a Q&A this weekend, but I will be going out of town this weekend, so go figure. All right, always remember, my lips were dry, so it happened again. Always remember, my little piglets, Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most, so shall take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys! And for tonight, with rounds 2 and 3, how about them Cowboys?